Hey, 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 what's up, my little tattletales? Yo, come in, sit down, and shut the door. You guys, welcome to part 3 of what is going on with the Pete Davidson, Olivia O'Brien, and Kim Kardashian saga. Y'all, it looked like they actually might be doing damage control. Now listen, okay? If you haven't seen my other 2 videos, go ahead and see them. However, today we are introducing a new character. Now, a lot of you from my last video in part 2 was like, why do you keep posting pictures of Pete with his ex, Phoebe Dynevor? You guys, there was a reason. 1, my editing, and 2, she is part of the story and how the math isn't mathing. Okay, let's actually get into this, but before we do, hit that like, subscribe, notifications. If you are watching the third part, come on, you don't think I earned it yet? And if you haven't watched the third part, the first and second parts, be my guest, right? But let's get into this mess because you guys, the cover up. Where do you guys want to start? You want to start with the cover up? You want to start with Phoebe Dynevor? Do you want to start with Olivia O'Brien? You know what? Let's start with Phoebe Dynevor because this is actually the most important part where you literally say, what is going on because the math is not mathing. If you guys do not know, Pete dated Phoebe for 5 months in 2021. Why is that important? Because it is in direct contradiction to Olivia O'Brien's math. Olivia O'Brien said that her and Pete broke up in October of 2020. Keep that date in mind because it literally is the linchpin and the nexus around why some people say something's not adding up. Now, as we know, Olivia O'Brien is drop dead gorgeous. She definitely seems more like Pete's type and, ada. However, cut to Phoebe Dynevor and Pete. Now, here's the first thing that I thought was interesting. Phoebe and Olivia look a lot alike. They could actually be sisters. So Pete definitely, she was right up the alley as far as looks. But more importantly, let's look at Olivia O'Brien's claims that Pete broke up with her in October 2020. But what's more than that, she said that Pete broke up with her in October 2020 via text message and told her, I can't, I'm with somebody right now. There was that blind by Dumas. If you guys want more detail into this, please go watch part 1 and 2 of this video. Links will be below, right? Now follow me on this. Olivia claimed to have broken up with Pete in October 2020. She was broken up via text message. In the text message, she claimed that he said, I can't, I'm with somebody right now. When Olivia was on the BFF's podcast, she was confronted with an actual printout of a blind item from Dumas. The blind item actually said that Olivia was the one that was dating Pete Davidson and Pete Davidson broke up with her. After a very awkward exchange with a lot of tension in the room, the host even said, I'm feeling a lot of tension. She literally copped to and said, yeah, it's true. I didn't think anybody knew about it. What's more, even her manager jumped in, tried to do damage control and spin, and he said, what are you guys talking about? And she said, about Pete, with a very mortified look on her face, in my opinion, and the manager was like, huh? Even the manager knew who Pete was. Now, the very next day, Pete issued an actual statement. This is the same man that didn't publicly support Skims. He didn't offer any words of, I hope Travis pulls through. Nothing. Silence. Actually issued a statement saying that he never dated Olivia and that although they are friends, they only hung out one time. Olivia then backtracked on her original statements and said, you horrible media twisting my words. Go watch my second video. There was no twisting of the words. Okay, are you guys with me? That is the story. Now let's get into how the story does not match. The math is not mathing. Okay, let's start with the first indiscrepancy. Olivia claims that in October 2020, Pete broke up with her via text messages, said she was seeing someone, that person was Phoebe, except for the fact that that is literally impossible. Why? The time-space continuum. By everyone's account, Phoebe's and Pete's and their publicists, and Us Weekly and everybody else, they actually didn't even meet. They did not even meet until February or March of 2021. She met him at her Saturday Night Live cast party. This has been confirmed by multiple sources, including Entertainment Tonight. Now, in March 2021, they were actually spotted in London. Page 6 also confirmed in April 2021 that they were indeed an item, and he was literally spotted wearing a PD necklace, of course, for his love, Phoebe Dynevor. Now listen, I'm all for love, and love conquers all, but how does love literally bridge months of separation? Again, you're saying he broke up with you via text in September 2020. They didn't even meet until February or March of 2021. They lasted for 5 months and broke up in August of 2021. Pete then went public with Kim Kardashian, I believe in October of 2021. You guys, the math is not mathing. What's more, let's look at Pete's denial. He said that although they are friends, first they said they didn't hang out at all. Then it went into they only hung out one time. How do you know somebody? You count them as friends. You didn't just say, oh, I know this girl, or I barely know her, I just met her. You literally said, she is my friend, but you've only hung out with your friend one time and you live in New York City. Coupled with the fact that Pete has broken up via text with a lot of girlfriends, and he does it short notice. Cassie Davis actually said she received a text telling Pete it was over. He popped up with a new girl. We don't know what happened with Ariana Grande because she is literally trying to wipe her memory of that. But lots of women Pete dated literally said he literally breaks up by text. And then later on, they find out he's dating other people. And by later on, I mean like the next day. He moves on quickly, right? Last thing that actually makes us wonder what is going on. After that denial, Kim and Pete met unexpectedly for a family vacation in the Turks. Now listen, you guys, I don't mean to be cynical, but the timing of it seems very, very odd. Kim even went so far as to say, guess what? It was always planned. Who announces that? Especially when you guys just left a luxury Tahitian vacation. Pete is working full-time in Queensland. I know 4th of July weekend is a long weekend for Americans, but not when you are filming a movie. Those deadlines and those holidays do not even count. But let's go more into the statement. Well, get this. The article actually says that Pete Davidson joined Kim on the first trip with her family for 4th of July in Turks, right? Now, interesting enough, was her family with the kids? We'll talk about that later. But they literally said it's his first getaway with her famous family to celebrate the 4th of July. She's been sharing photos of herself in a metallic bikini, all this stuff. But get this, a source close to the Kardashian family said that everybody flew there in their own private jets. That means that Kim left New York, took her private jet all the way to Australia, and then from Australia flew Pete to Turks? Okay, fine. However, they are staying at Kylie's house. It's one of the Kardashians' favorite vacation spots, but listen to this about whether they planned their getaway. They said it wasn't planned, and they're just going to be doing a lot of relaxing and bonding with their family after a couple of very busy and stressful weeks of work. They're looking forward to taking time off and being away from everything. Okay, you guys, first of all, they literally just came back from Tahiti. So stop acting like you guys just weren't on vacation. They're also dropping how serious Kim and Pete are. They're not afraid to say how in love they are with each other, and no one in Kim's family doubts this at all. Pete gets along with Kim's family oh so well, and they've all taken him because they know how deeply happy he makes Kim. You guys, listen, I don't know what's going on, but I just know that when you look at the timing, when you look at what's being said, and when you look at the way everyone's acting, again, there's something more to this story. I am researching. I'm going to have something good for you guys soon. But until then, let me know what you think.